Those hornets will think twice before coming into our turf again, hopefully. And if not, well, I'm always ready for one more fight. Excellent beer as always. You know where to get the good stuff, don't you, Krayla? Of course. I mean, we owe just about everything to you. You and your gang have chased out the Jade Hornets time and time again, and you've kept us safe. Even if the royals aren't verbal about it, I know those of us who live down below on the forest floor, we greatly appreciate you and your gang. Well, I'm happy to serve. After all, this is my home too. And if anyone tries to hurt it, or hurt the people within it, well, I'll snap them in half. Odd. There's something different about today. Something new, something intriguing, something peculiar. Oh, what's this? Excuse me. Sorry about that. Must have been the beers I've been drinking. Well, yeah. Nothing like a cold drink after a hard fight. Don't you agree? But now let's see. What do we have here? It's a human. A very peculiar and fragrant human. Hey, where do you think you're going? What's the rush? I'm not going to hurt you. That's better. Tell me, what's your name, stranger? An interesting name. I like that. It suits you. Here, sit down on this log. Make yourself comfortable. I told you I'm not going to hurt you. You don't seem to be threatening, and you bear no mark on you signifying that you're with the Jade Hornets, so as far as I'm concerned, you're a friend. Excuse me. Besides, I was getting a little bored here anyway. I was gonna look for some company. You don't look like you're a part of the Jade Hornets. You also don't look like a royal or noble, and you're not forest-born. Tell me, human, what brings you to my home? Don't worry. I told you I'm not going to hurt you. How many times do I gotta say that? That's my forearms, isn't it? The barbs on them. Contrary to my appearance, when I want to, I can be very gentle with something. It just takes a little bit of practice, but every mantis can do it. What's the matter? You never seen a giant praying mantis monster grow before? Oh, we're pretty common, actually. But anyway, sit down. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. But yes, tell me about yourself. What brings you to my home? I see. So you're a farmer of sorts. Well, you certainly look like one. You also smell like one. Yes, when I said you were fragrant, I said you smelled. What you smelled like to me was very herbal and earthy and slightly like tomatoes and flowers. You must grow lots and lots of things in your garden. Lots of good things that attract good morsels. Mm? Oh, you're right. I'm very sorry. I probably should have told you my name when we first crossed paths. Ah, my name is Fallon. Mm-hmm. It's nice to meet you. I like meeting new people. I like meeting new humans, among other things. Yes, you do smell very nice. Kind of makes me wonder. Well, nothing. Nothing that would concern you anyway. But yes. Alright, I forgot I was looking over these wanted posters. Oh, well, here's the thing. Pardon. I am the leader of a gang in this forest known as the Emerald Syndicate. And basically what we do is we keep this section of the forest safe from those who would try to do harm to the forest and to the inhabitants of said forest. And recently, I just finished fighting off some of the members of the Jade Hornets. You've never heard of the Jade Hornets before? Then you're lucky. They're nothing but trouble. They're very vicious hornet people. Though, they're nothing to worry about if you're with someone like me, because I'm a praying mantis, and I'm much more vicious. In fact, one of the names they have for me is the Brazen Slash, given how sharp my forearms are. You know, you're very curious for a human. Most don't tend to come this way. Well, for starters, there are some dryads here who are very protective of their trees. There are quite a few fairy rings around here, which those are pretty self-explanatory if you don't know what you're doing. And, well, there are even harpies here. Hummingbird harpies, among other things. So tell me, what brings you into this forest? Don't worry, I won't judge you. But I can taste if you're lying. I can also sense it with my antennas. I see. Foraging to make some special dinner. In-laws coming, eh? Good luck with that. I usually just have to worry about my mother visiting on occasion. My mother. No. My father's been dead for a good 15 years. Well, you know the stories and the legends and the, I assume, with praying mantises. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yes. The same applies with us monsters. Some males escape, but even then, there are many who consider it an honor of sorts, Their body will provide food and sustenance for their wife and will give her the energy to lay their eggs. And so he is providing for his family via the greatest sacrifice possible among Mantis society. And besides, it excites us. It excites us female mantises, but we're not entirely cruel about eating our mates. Again, there's a reason why we go for the head first. We bite off the head, we make it quick, we make it painless. That's a way of showing gratitude for the sacrifice the husband is making. Oh. No. I've never done it before. I'm still very single. Humans and monsters. I've heard about it. And, well, I don't know. I still think it might be nice to meet a nice guy, settle down, do the magic with them, and then eventually give him a few kisses goodbye and then bite his head off. I'd want to make sure he's well fed though, so he tastes good. Anyway. Relax. I told you, I'm not gonna hurt you and I'm not gonna eat you or anything. You see, the whole cannibalism is usually reserved for husbands and wives, and again, it's seen as a very romantic, noble act. Oh sure, there's lots of us praying mantis folk around here. We come in various different species, size, and colors. I've always been told that I'm one of the more rarer breeds because of my wings. Do you like the markings? Aren't they pretty? But yes, there's more than one type of mantis folk out there, and we even have some cousins who have some more supernatural and magical elements to them. For example, we have cousins. They're referred to as the Empusa. They're exactly like us, physically anyway. They have many similarities to us, but they're more vampiric in their diet. That's basically a fancy way of saying that they drink blood. Not only that, but they're very good at seducing. Sometimes they eat the flesh of those they seduce. They never actually eat the whole body and they never bite the head off, which is weird, but I suppose every monster has their own way of doing things. And another thing that's interesting about the Empusas is that they actually have the ability to enter and manipulate dreams, which I think is really interesting. Oh, no, I can't do anything like that. I'm just a praying mantis. But if you can keep a secret, we praying mantis folks are known for being quite lucky. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I happen to know a few Empusas. They're very nice. They mean well. They're very timid, though. Despite the fact that they look quite intimidating, they're very timid and very shy. They'll run away the moment they hear insults. And the insults don't even have to be directed at them. That's certainly an interesting trait. Am I easily insulted? Listen here, human. I'm the leader of the Emerald Syndicate. If I had a gold piece for every time I was called a bitch, a whore, a slut, a gold digger, a fuckwad, and every other colorful slur under the sun, I'd have a lot of gold pieces. There's a song I like to listen to that I think refers to me pretty well. I can't remember who wrote it. Something and the Heartbreakers. I think the song's called Rhino Skin. Pardon. But I really like that song. It's one of my favorites. And yeah, I'm a lot tougher than I look. I mean, you see these abs? I've bench pressed hornets that were tougher than words. Oh, don't mind that. That's just the wild cats that roam around here. They're very feral, but they're sweet for the most part. They're pretty relaxed. So tell me, human, are you still foraging? I see. I'll tell you what, how about I help you find some choice herbs for this dinner of yours? Of course. I know what plants are safe to eat, what plants are poisonous. Besides, I'm getting a little hungry too. Does that sound like a plan to you? I'll even escort you back home. Alrighty then, human. Follow me.